Welcome to K-12, where we are taking on the issues facing our children today so they can conquer the world tomorrow. I'm your host, Garthia Burnett. Today, we're in Columbus, Mississippi, and we're talking to Jatera, a 12-year-old girl who's facing some very grown-up issues. Hi, Jatera. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Now, we talked a little bit before the show, and some of the things you're dealing with at school is you have friends who are sexually active, they're on drugs, have alcohol problems, and your primary focus is your academics and sports. So how do you maintain that balance with trying to keep the things that you've learned at home and facing these problems at school, because you've got to go to school every day?
I think about my home and how that affect the people inside of it. And I think about my future and the stuff that I want to achieve in the future.
That's a very mature mindset. Are those things that you've learned at home?
Yes, ma'am.
We've also got Jatera's mom, Tina, with us. Tina, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, did you know that your daughter was dealing with these kinds of issues at school? I mean, she's in the 6th grade. I remember being in the 6th grade, and I can't remember dealing with these kinds of things at school. I mean, sex, drugs.
Yes, primarily we have a pretty good open line of communication, and she could tell me whatever she likes.
I'm very glad to hear that. I think that's the first step in solving any kind of issues you have with your children, is just opening that line of communication. I have a daughter of my own. I tell her all the time, I may not want to hear it, but I need to hear it. And for you to understand where your children are coming from, then you've definitely got to have a conversation with them. I know one thing a lot of parents would consider is taking their child out and putting them in another school. Is that something you've thought about?
No, because she's going to have to deal with the same issues even if we move to a different school. Whether it be high school or college, you have to deal with those issues right now. So instead of running, we'll deal with them now and face them head on.
Children, Jatera, my daughter, everyone is going to have to face issues head on. If you shelter your children at an early age, they're not going to learn that responsibility, and they're going to have to learn that the hard way. Thank you for joining us on today's edition of K-12. Be sure to join us tomorrow, where we'll be talking to a very special young lady, Anaya, who was born at 1 pound. Now at 8 years old, she is a true story of success. We'll see you then.